just for this amazing tier list that you're now live on air. And by live, I mean being recorded. And then I'm gonna sell the recording to John Jorkenstein so he can jork your evolution opinions. Evo Barbs, you know what Evo Barbs do, right? You should be quite accustomed to the sweet
Not,
evolution
I
of
mean, not
Barbs.
really.
So every time they attack something, they get rage, and it's a one
Uh,
cycle.
uh,
Uh,
uh, I,
they are actually capable of doing the highest DPS in the game, um, with all five of them.
I suppose that
Because
makes sense.
yeah,
The issue is Fireball still exists.
they do gain a little bit of health too, so they don't die to the fireball anymore.
Sure, but
But it does still exist. I personally I put this in B last time. I think I'm going to do that again because of a lot of your other options here are just better. They're just like way better.
yeah,
Uh, and I think that Royal Giant also kind of has that issue, except he's like a win condition, so he's a little bit better.
yeah.
If you get like
I,
a Royal Giant with Rage on your tower, he just gives it back
I
shots.
I mean, I am an Evo RG, Evo Bomber, or Evo RG, Evo Valk player, so
Yeah,
you
you'd have
know,
experience in
I
this
have
field.
experience with running Rage
Um,
at an Evo
I
RG.
think that there are
Um,
definitely matchups where you just like don't get a Royal Giant connection
yeah,
because they have like P.E.K.K.A. So I
there are
think
also definitely matchups where I ruin like an Evo Mortar, but you know
yeah.
that
I
that
just
card doesn't see.
doesn't see very much use. Um,
Yeah,
so last time I put Evo Firecracker in S, and I think without arrows being needed to be run more due to some other cards, she would still be there. I think she's an A tier card. Um, because I think
yeah,
that she does a lot of damage and gets a lot of value, and can just like eat your tower, if you don't play carefully. But if you have arrows, she's like bottom of F tier, because you just go, hey,
yeah.
firecracker, arrows. Oops, I don't know what I just pulled
And
up.
it's like she's very good at
I think I
dealing with
actually
any
just pulled up
situations.
Antonio threatening Elmo on accident. I think that's really funny. Oops.
That's yeah.
All right, and then this next one's I dude, I'm gonna keep it so real with you. I can't put it there, but I want to. Every time I see Evo
But even
Skellies,
skeletons.
Evo
Okay, I was
Skellies
like,
are cost one elixir, so I can't put them in D tier. But I think that so many people glaze the Evo skeletons, and I think that you're retarded if you do that. I think you're retarded.
yeah,
I think you have a mental illness if you think these things are like amazing. I'm gonna put them in C tier. They can get you value if your opponent's retarded. Um,
if your opponent has used their spell and like is basically out of elixir, their only answer would be like a Valk or something, but they are way off. Sure, it's gonna do something.
yeah,
The issue is log, zap,
the issue is if you're
the
running
very
the three best spells in the game, you don't have that problem.
yeah,
So
the very rare occasion you're a goblin curse player and all of a sudden you have an infinite goblin generator. Like,
uh, I also do unfortunately have to put mortar in suit. Mortar
yeah, mortar is
has mortar has the issue of like if it locks on your tower, it's gone. You don't have a tower anymore. But if it doesn't do that, which it
it
usually
does nothing.
doesn't, it does nothing.
It usually doesn't do that, and it usually does about
It
nothing.
usually gets fireballed or earthquaked, and then it
Oh
goes
yeah,
away.
crazy how
So
fireball is in
I
a lot of decks.
I'm mortar lover myself. Love mortar to death. Love it to death. But it's not amazing. Um,
No, ends up spawning goblins in the middle of nowhere for no reason, doing
it
nothing.
just spawns the goblin and then it gets like Valked or something. But I will say I will put it top of C tier because I think just by the sheer lone factor of it's like a giant skeleton. If it reaches the tower's gone. Um, so I think he goes in C tier. Now the knight I think will upset some people on my opinions of him. I think he's garbage trash tier doo doo. I will acknowledge his uses. He's very spell resistant. He's pretty good against ranged things. Um, but at the end of the day, he's just a knight, and if you make him hit something, he loses all of his shit. And he's been nerfed heavily. I think this is an Evo Skeleton situation. I do still think it's B tier, but I think it's a total Evo Skeleton situation where if you glaze the Evo Knight, you are retarded and like not even close to like having a brain. Um, he's so easy to counter that like unless you're running Goblin Giant Sparky, if you're running fucking
No, what do
Gob
you
Giant
mean? That's my
Sparky,
favorite. It's my
then
favorite card.
yeah, dude, he's the best card in the game. But I think you're wrong if you fucking glaze Evo Knight that hard. I'm gonna do this.
Let's go.
I don't think that there's a comment needed on that one. Um,
The card that, or the thing that
this
makes the
is
card
this
actually a
is
playable card.
this is actually like this is a not so much of a personal opinion, but I hate the royal recruits so much, especially the evolution ones, that I don't actually think that they're S tier. They're probably like A tier, but I hate them, so they go there. Um, I'm actually here. You know what? One second.
Your unbridled hatred.
Let's see here. Oops.
You really did it.
You know,
You can drag that row. Like, oh,
oh, can I? Can I do that?
the arrows on the
I guess I
far
can
right
just
of the
add a
thing.
row above. Okay, well that's at above, but you know, um,
I don't think it
you
did
sir
there,
are the
but
new D tier. Did it not? Oops. It didn't. You're not. You're right. I'm retarded. Um, this doesn't mean that they're bad. This means that I hate them. Um,
yeah, it's
ugh,
crazy when you make a card playable.
um, ugh, ugh. Oh,
Wall
sorry.
breakers.
I had to. Yeah, that's wall breakers.
I was like,
I
I'm
think the
pretty sure.
fact that they do 600 damage per wall breakers like retarded. And then if you kill them, they spawn a little guy who also does a bunch of damage. Is
Yeah,
like
I
double stupid. Um,
I also just like it's like either I am completely out of elixir or every card I have deals with them.
yeah, I think that you should be ran over by a Ford F-150, um, by a goat who was driving his car right after a beer if you run evil wall breakers. I think that that is like I think that should be the next trajectory for you to go. Um, Evo bats, I think Evo bats suck. Personally, I think they're garbage. For the main
I haven't
fact
seen them do much.
they have Evo skeleton syndrome, except they don't like replicate themselves and murder things. They just gain health when they attack something. But I have this really cool thing called they still die to arrows,
Also
or
notice they
like
still die to like
zap.
every aerial splash.
They don't die to zap at full HP like overmax.
Sure, sure. But
But
also they aren't probably
but
gonna get there if it
I
was
have arrows, and I do think right. I think that saying that like a -1 elixir trade is bad for an evolution, I think that's pretty silly because you can very easily make that up. And if it's a -1, I don't really care a lot. Like the only one that kind of matters is Goblin Barrel and Log because Log eats the Goblin Barrel and makes it completely useless. But like, I think bats are like totally D tier. I also never see them, so that could be part of the reason why. Um, I also think that the Evo Archers kind of have the same problem, but they're really good, so I'm not gonna put them in D tier. If the bats like had a
well.
poison that they hit people with, that'd be cool. But they don't. They don't have that. Evo Archers just like shred everything, and you have to use arrows on them. I think that's their draw. You don't have to arrows Evo bats. You have to arrows Evo Archers, or they
Yeah,
will destroy whatever you put in front of them. They just deal so much damage that you know, they do. No, I'm just kidding.
what, you don't like being frozen? What?
I I also just think that he's just not good. I think that he's like
He's
acceptable for the reasons like you put him in Hog 2.6 because he's one of the things you can choose. I don't.
also like if you're not using a different Evo, like your deck just
That's what
isn't
I mean.
using it,
Like I
and if you're
think
using it as a cycle card and might as well Evo, like have it in the deck Evo, like it stalls better.
it's yeah,
Uh,
just it's literally just Ice Spirit, but what if he did it twice? you know, I'm not too much of a fan. I now I'm actually very tempted to put this in S. I don't think I will. I think I will put it top of A. And I don't really need to hear me out for you because I already know that you think this thing's probably pretty
yeah,
good because you use it. but I need to hear
Yeah,
me out for the probably like 3 people who are gonna watch this, um, whose names are Jacob, and Jacob and Jacob.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Evil Valk's good. Evil Valk's good. I think that it gets shit on a lot, but I think it was really bad when it didn't have a health, but like everything else did. But now that nothing else does, it can survive enough for its ability to be useful. I've had Evil Valk save my ass a lot, and I've had Evil Valk fuck me over a lot on the other side. I think I would be foolish to put it anything under A, and I do really want to put it in S, and it might happen soon. Evo Bomber. I really want to like Evo Bomber, but I just can't. I just can't. I can't do it. I like
I like
Bomber.
Hero Bomber,
I love
but
Bomber. I love Bomber himself. Um, but I think that he's not good enough to be higher than C. Now you may convince me, but the fact that you can no longer double hit things with the bombs is a pretty big turnoff for me, and that his range is shorter. The shorter range was cool when he could still double hit, but he can't double hit anymore, so the range is like really bad. Um, I think he's obviously still good for hordes and stuff, but
yeah,
he makes me sad. Um,
in, in the deck I've been climbing with using Evo Executioner, Evo Bomber is
oh, we'll get to that vicious
yeah,
creature
he's
soon.
down there.
He's down
He's
there.
down
He's waiting. It is also the list
among
is
some good
in
friends.
the order that they came out of, by the way. I spent way
Okay,
too much time doing that.
I see.
But I think I'm gonna move the seventh circle of hell up so people don't get the wrong idea. Um, because I'd like to once again reiterate, seventh circle of hell is not a bad thing. It's a I hate this card and I wish it would fucking explode.
You mean you don't want the Evo recruits,
Yeah, my
Evo
bad.
wall breakers
Yeah, my
running
bad.
you down?
Yeah, my bad.
What's wrong?
Yeah, my bad. I don't. So Evo Tesla's weird because John like runs this thing every time and he uses it so badly that it makes me think it's bad. But I don't
Yeah,
think it is. I think it's honestly, I think it's A tier. But
when he late plays it against
dude,
tower
I
targeting
actually
things.
know it's B tier because the Evil Cannon exists. But
That's fair.
he plays it so terribly that it makes it like an instant bottom of D. Just because he'll just like
That's just
place
the
it
main
somewhere
choice.
random or he'll cycle an Evo Tesla and it's like, dude, what are you doing?
Why are you
Why?
cycling Evo one of those?
You cycle the
It can do good
non-Evo ones.
things, especially when you
They
know
can
there's like a hog rider or something.
Evo Tesla can hold off like an entire push, like an entire golem push. You can do it. It's just like you have to not be a mongrel when you use it. I'm not quite sure where I'd put Evo Zap. Evo Zap when it came out would have been top of S tier. Because 3 zaps
Yeah,
uh that was like fireball damage was awesome. That was
for a
like fucking
zap,
amazing.
with half the cost occasionally.
Um it was like a fireball with 3 shocks every 3 zaps. Huh. And you played Zap a lot because well, it's a 2 elixir spell. But like now that it's 2 zaps, I think it isn't it 2 zaps at full damage, or is the second zap still half damage?
I am not certain.
Um, but like now I don't see it used very much. I think it's better than Knight, but I don't think it's better than the archers. Um, which is funny because the Evo Zap actually kills the archers, but we don't talk about it. I'm gonna very comfortably put this down
The
here.
the bouncing ram.
The
It's,
bouncy
what's
ram
wrong? It's not
is
good.
like so bad.
The,
The bouncy ram
the
does
boing boing
nothing.
boing.
It just kind of like exists. I've actually don't think I've seen a single person use this in the past year that I've played. I'm being totally serious. I don't,
I saw one, and I had an Evo man with a big axe, and it didn't really get to
dude,
me.
the way he smiles, he waits
Yeah,
for
he
his turn.
smile a lot.
He smiles, you put him in the pocket, he smiles. Um, I think the evil ram is just like absolutely absurdly awful. Um, and yeah, I also think that the wizard is terrible. Wizard has
Yeah,
always just like been a bad card. Just objectively, just a bad card. He's never been good. 5 elixir splash card is like where you go to die. Um, except for one of them. One of them, you know, he's smiling. He's smiling down there.
He
You can
is
see him.
smart.
Um,
Um,
but like Bowler, Witch sucked until she got her Evo. She's actually not smiling. She's frowning. But like Bowler, Witch, Wizard have always just been like super mega dog ass. Um, and Evo Wizard when he came out was good, and then they made like a light fart blow up his shield, and it's like, all right, buddy, all right,
yeah, you can sneeze on him and he
you could,
doesn't have
yeah,
damage.
you can give him a light little shove, and you'll just his shield will fucking explode. So it's like I can't rate him any higher than C. Um, this is a controversial one, but I don't think that the Evil Goblin Barrel's that good. This thing was
I
like
am
meta for
inclined
a
to
little
agree with
bit,
that.
and I don't understand how, right? Because they've nerfed it so hard that it's just like you know which one's the decoy barrel immediately. The decoys now die in one shot instead of two, and they don't deal any more damage. It's literally just been nerfed since its release constantly. I don't see
The
why it's
barrel, yet there's another thing that just distracts the other tower for 3 shots.
yeah, it's like
Like,
the little goblin stab. Like if you're trying to go for the king tower, it's actually pretty good because both barrels will drop on the king tower. But you so that limits it to 2v2, which isn't available right now, because God is cruel, or you being like a mongrel or having both towers.
yeah,
Like I also haven't seen Evil Goblin Giant, but I know it's good. I know this guy's
I
good.
don't know that I've seen it, but
Do you know what he does?
I don't think so.
He when he gets to half health, he starts spawning stab goblins from a sack. He's got a big
Okay,
sack of
I
goblins on him.
thought, uh, brain, I thought Big Zombie from PvP, so I mean, I guess I'm not entirely wrong,
I mean,
but
sure. I mean, well, I don't know. I
he
think that's
throws the
pretty
little
wrong.
mini zombies. No, he throws the little mini zombies and they're gonna bite your ankle. It's
I
fun.
mean, yeah, if instead of throw, he just like shits them out. But yeah, that'd be cool if he threw them. Actually, that'd be pretty cool. Um, but I haven't seen him too much. But I know he was like meta like a month ago with Sparky, so I can't particularly rate him too low. Um, okay. I don't know if you know the lore behind that, but that is like
I don't. I also don't
this
know what it does.
this
I don't.
actually makes the card worse. It actually makes the card worse.
All good.
Now, what it does do is it makes it technically deal more tower damage by
Mhm,
itself. I'm pretty sure because
mhm,
I think every time it pops up, it deals its pop up damage, which is like what 50. So what it does is when it gets down to a certain amount of HP, it'll go underground and then it'll come back up again. And if it's at the tower, it'll come back at a different spot around the tower, right?
mhm,
But
mhm.
that's just less time that you have for spawning goblins. And when it comes up with a goblin, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't do that much, and it's just a waste of an Evo slot. Um, it is absolutely the worst Evo in the game, and I actually think having it in the same tier as Evo Bats is like not good. So we're gonna add the ninth circle of hell. Um, if I can spell that. You know what? Okay, that's like
Oh, I'm
really
glad it
annoying.
formatted that
Oh,
really.
good. Yeah,
Oh, good.
there.
Formatted real good.
I
Glad it did
actually would
that.
rather just have ninth and then circle of hell on the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad the text just looks really good on things
Yeah.
like this.
Oh, thank you, tiermaker, for just making this really easy to do. Oh, good. Oh, good though. No good. There. That's as good as I'm
That's
gonna get it.
close enough.
Um. Uh. The seventh circle of hell is good. The ninth circle of hell, not so good. Um.
Mhm.
Not as good. That thing is so fucking bad. Diddy
It can't be.
Cage. Diddy Cage. Diddy Cage. Diddy Cage.
Oh, good.
The
I'm sure YouTube will love that.
Oh, I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. Diddy Cage is an A because he can either like eat your push, um, or you fireball it and then nothing happens.
Yeah,
But you
he
still
just
waste a fireball. Diddy
you
Cage
can
is very
nom a
all or
big
nothing.
man down, but that's like
He can.
doesn't really deal with
I feel
swarms
like I
immediately.
just feel like I'm putting too many things in B tier. Um,
Yeah,
so here I'll do that. How about that? I think that like the Diddy Cage is good until it's like really terrible. Because it can just kind of eat any push in the game, but you need some backup for it to do that. Um, and by backup
yeah,
I mean if it's more than one thing, hope and pray.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh,
um,
good. It's
I feel like
but
we should rate these two at the same time, and I think our opinions will be pretty similar.
yeah, it's yeah, pretty.
Um, I think that Evo Mega Knight can also be a bad thing, by the way, because he can get himself stuck, um, hitting one and then hitting the other, and he doesn't really splash well.
Mhm,
Like
mhm.
Evo Mega Knight actually does worse against E-Barbs than normal Mega
Oh,
Knight
I've noticed.
because he'll knock one back, and then one will still hit him, and then he'll knock that one back, and he's no longer splashing, so he'll just keep on fucking knocking them back, and then nothing will
Cycling
happen.
and they're just cycling,
Um,
hitting him.
but he is probably the best defensive card in the game, and I don't think it's very close.
I'm
I
gonna just
mean,
shove anything they put
you
down
could
out of
like
where it's at.
you could argue Evo Executioner. I think that's actually a very fair argument.
The snowball
Um,
also pretty strong
you
defensively.
could argue Evo Executioner. Sorry, I had a cough there.
Yeah,
Um, or even like Evo E Dragon's pretty good too. But he's just like is a total devastation on defense. Not actually that great on offense. Unless you're trying to counter him with like a P.E.K.K.A, in which case he just juggles it to the tower and then touches your tower sexually. So L.
yeah.
But and then Evo P.E.K.K.A is like really mid. I never really see its ability like be useful in a
I,
way that makes me really want to use it. You know,
I end up seeing it get swarmed overwhelmingly, and then its power doesn't matter.
It's like yeah, whenever it kills something, it heals, but it does better against the swarm, but it's still a swarm.
It
And
still
it's
swarms
still
into a
the
slow attacking single target.
P.E.K.K.A. It doesn't really matter. I okay, this is going to be I think the hottest take in this video, but because of my
Oh
experience
yeah.
with using it, oh,
Oh
it's
yeah.
gonna happen. Oh, it's gonna
I
happen.
yeah, I saw this one coming.
It's gonna happen. I think I have been enlightened. I think I've been enlightened. I've been using him very recently, and I will say he is a monster on defense. He's an absolute monster cheese. I think very few cards compare to him on defense. Now he's nothing like he used to be. He used to stun every chain, and thank God that was removed, because that was a bit nuts. But I think he is one of the better cards in this game. Um, I think he needs. I do think he needs his base form. I think does need a small itty bitty damage buff so he can one shot stabby goblins. But other than that, I think he's a perfect boy. I think he's a perfect man. I honestly can't really rate the Evo Musketeer because I never see it.
I I don't
Never
think
see
I've
it.
seen. I don't
Uh,
think I've played against
do you know what it
the.
does? Do you know what it
It's
does?
snipe when you play it.
Yeah, it gets 3 sniper
It
shots
gets to
and
shoot, 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 and then it
yeah, and then it can't
go back to
anymore.
being a musketeer.
It's just like I never really see it do anything, and I also never play against it. And just from those two things, I'm going to rate it poorly because I never see it. It's hard to rate something well if I never see it used. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really ever see the Evo E Dragon either, but I've used him, so I know what he does pretty well. I'm also going to do this. I think this is explanatory. If you use it right, it will win you the
Yeah,
game. I'm also going to do this with this. I think if you
crazy
play, I
defensive
think
building and defensive spell with
if
defense
you play
upgrades. That's crazy.
Expo, if you play Mortar, if you play Royal Giant, even, um, like most win conditions will automatically benefit from the Evo Snowball. I think it is one of the
Crazy when
best
you can pick up their
things
stuff
ever.
and just throw it away.
Now we're in like a heavy log arrows meta, I'm pretty sure right now. So
Yeah,
he's
it
kind of like down here. But with his
the
actual
card is
effect,
good.
he's good. The card is good. The meta is not. The meta is not good for him right now. All right, hot take number 2 coming up. I only think it'll be a hot take with the people who are bad at this game, but I think Evil Lumberjack's fucking awful. I
He
think
can
you
do funny
I think
things.
you only lose to an Evil Lumberjack if you are ill prepared and don't have a brain. Being totally honest.
If
If he
if you
gets to
have
your
nothing
tower,
to
bad things happen. But if he
yes,
doesn't get to
if
your
you have
tower,
nothing to
nothing
block him,
happens.
and it's a deck built around him living forever, you have a problem because he will sit there and chomp
If
away
you have
with you
0
unable
big
to touch him.
units in the game,
Yeah,
then you are boned. If you have anything, even a goblin gang,
anything
you're fine.
slightly
You're
chunky.
literally fine. Like he absolutely has giant skeleton syndrome. Just don't let him get to the tower. Don't let him do that. You're totally fine. You shouldn't be letting a
Yeah,
lumberjack touch your tower anyways. Like, um, and I think Evo Hunter is also B tier. Um, I think his ability
he's
is strong, but as soon as there's 2 units, he's not very good. Um, with because
yeah.
he can permanently lock down 1 unit, which I think is kind of gay. But as soon as there's 2 units, he is not very useful.
The ultimate counter to Evo Hunter.
Yeah,
3M, baby.
three.
Just
Oh yeah,
3M
three
him to
M
death.
baby, 3M baby, 3M baby.
He can't lock them all
Dude,
down.
that's
It's
like the
fine.
ultimate counter to everything except for like wizard or like bowler,
Fireball.
fireball,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
lightning.
Oopsie. Yeah.
Uh, I don't
Yeah,
think this needs much
I agree
explaining.
with
I'm
that.
also going to do this. Do not worry. Um, I think these 2
Yeah.
cards are 2 of the craziest evolutions that have ever been released. I thought Evo Witch was going to be very mid when she was released. I was immediately humbled. I think she's insanely overpowered.
Yeah.
And she still needs a nerf.
The
I
fact that
think there's
it's
a certain
everything.
boss, maybe, who plays like an
Yeah,
actual boss who just
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
die, um, who needs, 7 nerfs and preferably just removed from the game. But
True, true,
Evo Witch
true.
needs
I
nerf.
like that idea.
I actually don't think that Evil Executioner needs a nerf. I just think he's really good. Um,
Yeah. It's
I
just
also,
people
I also am going to. I, part of me wants to move him down, right? Because I think in comparison to the other cards in this sector, he is not worthy.
it doesn't
But I do
yeah.
think he's worthy of an S. So it's like I could make an S minus, um, but I don't.
You have an S flat, an A sharp. Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah. But I just think Evil Executioner is good, but I think he's balanced.
Yeah.
I think he's balanced in the way that he's good because he's not like destroying your tower or annihilating whole pushes, but he will if he has something else that for people to hit. He is I
If
think
there's a health bar in front of him that's
either
taking
the
all the damage,
first or the second defensive card in the game. It's between Evo Mega Knight and Evo Executioner. Both are amazing at their job. If it's a big tanky unit, you want Evo Mega Knight. If it's like a bunch of shit, like a bunch of minions, dude, Evo Executioner eats
bunch of
them up.
minions,
Eats
barbs.
them up. Barbs, dude, even E-barbs, like
Yep.
a witch. It's really funny to see these two battle because it's a fucking battle of atrocity. Not atrocity. What's the word I'm looking for?
Attrition.
Attrition. Yeah, it's a battle of attrition. It's like can the Evo Executioner kill the witch before she just heals up to full? Also, I'm
If
gonna.
there's more skeleton things happen. No. If it's just the village, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it's bad.
if
It's
there's
bad. It's
one
bad.
big thing pushing, it can kill it.
If there
That's
is
about it.
if there is one big thing pushing and then another big thing pushing and then another big thing pushing, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it didn't reset from zaps, it would be good. But obviously, it still needs a counter. Um,
Yeah, it has
I
to be
kind of
counterable.
I
It
would
can't
have
just be
preferred if it
stacking.
instead of just keeping its charge, it just got like a lightning rod or something and then couldn't be stunned by zaps.
That would be pretty
Um,
cool. No, it's just
but
like
it's still like the same
if
card.
your opponent
But
is completely stupid and lets you charge it up on the way there with something defending it, and then lets it just sit there opposed on the tower,
the
then
D tier
they're
is full
playing the
of
game wrong.
like, I think you know what? I think for consistency's sake, I will move this down here.
Yes.
I think the D
Yes.
tier is full of if it works, it's amazing, but if it doesn't work, it does nothing. Um, I don't. I think
Yeah.
the mortar's better than D tier, but I think for consistency, I'm going to have it there. Because all four of those cards, like if you get a full health Evo Bats in your tower's dead. They can eat your tower, but they're so easily counterable. That's the everything on this list. But if they don't have a counter to it, then yeah, it's open season. They're raped. Um,
And we've got
I
Balloon.
I think it's good though. I think it's good. I think it's better.
It's
I think the death damage puts it in A tier. I'm gonna be honest. I think the death damage puts it
your
in A tier.
deck is a nightmare to
I
play
think
against
I do think
sometimes.
yes, my deck specifically is a little bit evil, but
Bombs
um
and more bombs and more bombs.
uh I think that the Evo Skeleton Barrel is good enough to not be only situationally good like the others because it does so much damage on death that it can also be used defensively. Um and be good at it as long as they have an air targeting unit, of course.
Yeah, that's not an executioner
Oh
because
yeah, well yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
then he just downs
Um
it and then also it's all the skeleton and it's done nothing. Right.
but like it kills minions with only one balloon drop, which is fucking crazy. I actually
Yeah,
do think it needs to be nerfed. I think it should be nerfed. I think its death damage should be nerfed. I don't think that it should be nerfed in like this first balloon doesn't do death damage when it falls. I think they just need to make it like the normal death damage, but it happens twice. Because they doubled it. They doubled the death damage and then made it happen twice. I'm sorry, but when my skeleton barrel reaches the tower, it shouldn't be a rocket. There should not be a rocket that
but
also hits the
you
tower at the
don't like
same
your
time.
mobile rocket that also drops an army of Skarmy literally
Yeah,
beneath it after it hits.
my
You don't like
skocket,
Skarmy rocket?
my skocket.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, nice cocket.
This is an image right here.
I think this is good. I think I can maybe review this a little bit, maybe make some changes. I think I will actually order them in the tier of which they are. I think
Yeah, it's
I think I think
oh boy.
I'm just gonna put her in the middle because I don't really use her, and I do actually think that this is like way worse.
I'm an Evo Inferno Dragon player, so like I've gotten value from it. I shouldn't have. My opponent played stupid. That's
Yeah,
the only reason it got value. Like
so I think this should
they didn't just
Evo
play
Pekka
the
has
card I knew they
uses.
had that would counter it.
I might move this up bottom of B. I think Evo Pekka does actually have uses. I have seen it kind of like eat a patch of barbarians and then walk to the
Yeah,
tower still at like full health.
if it's a
Um,
small troop of moderately healthed things, it just eats them. If it's a big army of very small thing, like a Skarmy, which is already really good against P.E.K.K.A., it just kind of doesn't matter that it.
it just you need spell support when you're running Pekka anyways. And I think,
Mhm.
ooh, Ben just loaded Dark Tide. That's funny. I think that you know what? I just want to piss people off, so I'm gonna put Knight down there.
Let's
I think it's
go.
funny. And then
Let's go.
I
Rage
don't.
baiting Clash of Clans. Not quite this
Yeah,
game.
yeah, Clash of
Clash Royale
Clans. Yeah,
played.
Clash of Clans. Clash of Clans. I'll put him there because I think it's funny. Um, and then I I think he's better. That's just because I've used him more. Um, I still
I
believe
also
that
feel
Evo
like I've only gone
Firecracker
against.
is just like awesome.
I've also like only gone against Evo Witch while I have an Evo Executioner or Evo Bomber. So
Hmm.
like it
You've had her
it can
counter.
feel a lot. Yeah, I've had her answer. So
Yeah. the the problem with the Evil Witch is like if they're running a skeleton deck, you aren't
yes.
killing her.
Yep.
You aren't doing
Mm-hmm.
that. You're never
Guards,
doing
no,
that ever. Guards, Skeleton King, I
already
think
good.
is like the best
Yeah,
thing with her because all the
crazy. Even
clone
with Skeleton King,
skeletons,
really good. Crazy.
because the fucking all the
Mobile
little
graveyard.
yeah mobile graveyard, so true, so true. The like little skeletons that are blue and die in one hit anyways, no matter what hits them, give her
Yeah,
the full health,
it,
even though they're clone
I've
skeletons. So it's
I've
like
gotten to experience that. It's not
it's
fun
it's so gay. It's so gay.
because at that point, nothing you do will kill it unless you kill it very, very rapidly.
think I think he goes down here. I think the barrel actually is at the bottom. I I'm not sure here because I think that both are good, but I think that the Evo RG has too many counters for it to be like
It's crazy. It's almost like it's stocked by basically every building, and the buildings that are being played are the Evo buildings.
well, you need to like have that's why people run fishermen for mini
Yeah,
P.E.K.K.A. and buildings because fisherman will either if you have a mini P.E.K.K.A. he'll yoink that mini P.E.K.K.A. into your tower and then he'll take care of it. Well, he and other things that you play will take care of it. He can't do it himself. Or
you can try.
if there's no answer, then he hooks onto a building and slows it down and beats it to death. So it's like they have a very symbiotic relationship. And if you aren't running Fisherman with RG, you either don't have it or are retarded. um,
Yeah,
but once that my money was about to fling off my desk. I think
money, money.
that's I think that's the end of it though. Do you have any rebuttals to this
No, I
thing
don't
I've
think I
made?
have anything to add to that.
I'm surprised you didn't fight me on the Evo Bomber. I'm truly surprised you didn't fight me on the Evo
I just I find a lot of people using an army of like Skarmy, or there's a Goblin gang, or just goblins of some variety, and it's like he's strong then, but if I'm fighting bards, he kind of doesn't get a chance.
He's
Or
consumed.
if he gets shoots real good, then he goes away. Or flyers, he goes away.
Yeah.
Which again is
He
why
does
the
only
deck I've been
cost two
running.
elixir though, which
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
might
you get
move
him
him
back
up
pretty fast.
on this list. Because the only reason skeletons are top of C right now is because they cost one. You know, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll cave. I'll cave. I'll cave. Um, I don't think that they're that bad. I think that they can kill a P.E.K.K.A. by themselves, and I think that's cool. But
Crazy the
yeah, the things that
infinitely
replicate
growing
themselves, that's
swarm.
weird. But I still think that fucking Knight and Evo Skeletons are not as good as you guys think they are. I think every time I see people going, dude, Evo Skeletons are just like so good. It's like, do you have any spells in your deck? Like, how are you losing to these? There are seven different answers that you have that you're just not using. If you don't have
On
log
top
in your
of
deck anyways, you're like a fool. Because
so
unfortunately,
like
it's the
Executioner
number two
Firecracker,
spell.
Valk will can try. If it's on your side, it's probably better off. But
I've never really seen Valk fail to kill Evo Skeletons. I've seen her um, fail to do it at
if
low
they,
health, but
yeah,
like they can't
yeah,
really replicate honor because if they do, then they die. She needs to be
yeah.
low for them to not, or
Like
for them to
if
kill
she
her.
did something else right before they got played, and then they just kind of ow the rest of her health away, then sure. But
I don't see them killing her fast enough. You know,
no, no.
I think she's gonna no matter what get one swipe, and one swipe's all she needs. Um, like if you had the Valk frozen, then I suppose.
Sure,
But
yeah,
like if you have anything frozen besides a wizard with a shield, they're gonna
yeah,
kill it all.
yeah. No, what do you mean? Your frozen wall breakers are gonna do so much.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, my bad. Am I frozen skeleton balloon? My bad. My bad. My bad.
Yeah, your frozen ice golem. What do
Actually,
you mean?
I think I hate the wall breakers more than I hate evil recruits because I run a lot of splash. I think, dude, every time I see evil wall breakers, I immediately want to turn off my phone. They're so fucking annoying. I swear. I think you should be hung. I think you should be hung from your feet. and tortured and hit with baseball bats if you run fucking, especially if you run both of these. If you run both of these, you should like die instantly, instant death.
What the army of mans with shields plus the
Yeah.
two skeleton goobers on a barrel?
Anyways, this is like ramble on that thing. So I
Yeah,
think I'm
rambling
going
it.
to yeah, rambling it. They call me the rambling old man. You know what I'm saying?